I have to learn to stay out of Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I went there today for looking for bone meal. They don't have any, but they did have these. I'd never heard of this pumpkin before. It's a giant, and I will be growing it next year. They're showing a white pumpkin on the cover, but the package says it can be green, orange, yellow, gray, or blue. And they are up to 400 pounds, 250 to 400 pounds. The Big Moon pumpkins I'm growing this year only range up to 200 pounds. So this will be my giant for next year. I'm also looking at, remember I said something about spirit pumpkins being the only true bush pumpkin? Of course, I spoke too soon. I was looking online. There is another one now called Cherokee, so I'm going to try that next year. Excuse me. And I also said Racer Plus is only available from Johnny's Seed Supply. It's now available from a few other vendors. And so I'll be growing that. And I'll be speaking with a rep from Holmes Seed Company. They're the ones that keep coming up with these short vine pumpkins that are resistant to powdery mildew. So maybe he can recommend another pumpkin to grow next year. So I've pretty much got next year's pumpkins planned out. As for this year, excuse me, I have got Blaine's Farm and Fleet again. It's called Fox Farm Liquid Plant Food. It has no nitrogen. And the last thing that the pumpkins need this time of year is nitrogen. This is just NPK. Potassium is K, and potash or something, whatever, is the one in the middle. So this is just, here we go, potash and phosphate, excuse me, and iron. And it's made of earthworm castings, bat and seabird guano, rock phosphate, sulfate of potash, and magnesia and kelp. So I'm going to be feeding the pumpkins this today. The corn, I'm going to keep feeding it blood meal and regular fertilizer. Keep it greened up. What are we looking at right now? Still looking at those cucumbers. We still don't have any cucumbers. There may be a baby on there. The vines are very busy crawling around. I think I'm going to water them with this stuff too. And something I hate doing, but I found a stink bug in the garden today, and we also have had a ton of Japanese beetles. So no more of that. I'm going to get serious. So you can see how much the cucumbers have grown. Trouble is they're growing and growing, and they're not doing much in the way of producing. So I'm going to try to change that. One thing I wanted to show you before I end this update. There we go. Here is our baby pumpkin. Big Moon. Excuse my sniffling. Gotten a lot bigger since the last filming, and by the end of the week I'm sure I'm going to have something really interesting to show you. I hope so anyway. Okay, see you later in the week. Here are our cucumbers. A lot of good growth. A lot of baby cucumbers. If you can see that one. Let's see if I'm pointing in the right direction here. Yeah. I thought the plants weren't being visited by pollinators, and I was about to move the bed, but this morning I saw a little bee on there, so maybe they'll be okay. I do wish they'd set some fruit though. I'm kind of looking forward to cucumbers. And now off to the pumpkins. Well, I did eat a carrot yesterday. So as I see shoulders on them, I'll start to pull them. And we've got, we had a big storm the other night. Is 5 or 6 inches of rain in one night, and the tomato plants fell over. So I'm going to have to do some tying up today. This is purple calabash. At least I think it is. And they're all over each other now. It's kind of hard to tell. But let's see here. Yeah, got quite a few purple calabash and quite a few. Oh my! Look at that. Got quite a few Paul Robeson too. Let's see if I can get my hand in there. There we go. And Paul Robeson. There, got a lot of them on that branch there. Move them over here. Oh my. Sticking to everything today. There we go. So, not bad. This one's got a hole in it, which is kind of disappointing. But I can cut it up, use it for something. It's supposed to get very cool for the next couple of days. And what the heck is that? Interesting bugs around here. This is the red warty things. And they do have a pumpkin on them. Since the mosquitoes are still crazy out here, I'm not really sure I'm going to reach in there. But there is a pumpkin on there somewhere. Actually, I think that's a racer vine right there. It's got the bigger leaves. Oh my, Japanese beetles found the corn. I'm going to have to spray today. How nice. I wish they would just go away. They're only supposed to be around for a couple of weeks. And it just seems to me like I'm seeing more and more of them instead of less. Okay, we do have a few racers that are definitely on the way. I'll have to try to get them from a different angle. I don't see any cargoes yet. We did have one, but it died. I think it's that one over there. You can barely see it. Yeah, we had a couple of them, and they're just not doing so good. So, I doubt I'll ever be growing cargo again. It just doesn't work for me. Anyway, remember that little baby Big Moon pumpkin I showed you last week? This is what it looks like now. It's at least 5 pounds. It loved all the rain. Put my hand next to it, and you can see, yeah, about the size of a really good sized pie pumpkin now. And we do have a second one. That one's called Big Moon 1, the one you just saw. That has been claimed by a little girl who lives next door. And both me and her father are hoping it doesn't turn into a 200-pounder because we don't know how we're going to get it out of the garden. Here is Big Moon 2. Here we go. About a week younger than Big Moon 1. I'm waiting for Big Moon 3. There are 3 vines. Not that I can tell which is which at this point. But I will allow 3 of them. And number 1 will go to the little girl. Number 2 will go so maybe the little boy a couple doors down the other direction. And number 3 I might donate to the school across the street. But the rule is they have to come and take them off the vine and take them home. I'm not going to try to move them myself. Over here we might have another Big Moon. It's the strongest looking baby I've seen for a while. But yeah, I just want one more Big Moon and then we'll have a garden. I thought thought I just saw. Yeah, I thought I just saw a cargo. I'm reluctant to show them to you because they haven't been. There it is. See it? Let's see. Let's try to get a little closer, but I don't know. We'll see if that one lasts. I'm just not a cargo grower, I guess. Now let's put this vine down a bit so it doesn't crawl up on the corn. There we go. I should probably prune these vines because they don't need to grow anymore. They're not going to be supporting any more pumpkins than they already are. So let's see if we can find the racers. I think they're visible from the side of the garden. And yeah, everything's really wet out here. Whew. Okay. And there's one. Let's see here. Right there. That's a racer on the way. But there's a nice big one. Let's see. There we go. There's our biggest racer. And we do have a fairly large... Oh, there's another racer. On these pumpkins, I just let the vine form as many pumpkins as it wants to. Because they're not going to be giants. There we go. There's the other one. And, oh, there's a big breadboardy thing. Let's see if we can get in here and take a picture. There we go. There's the big breadboardy thing there. There we go. Okay. It looks like we've got what we've got this week. Let's see if I can get out of the garden without falling over. This fence is just big enough for me to step over and kill myself. There we go. I've fallen a couple times. Okay. And here are some red marconis here. So I will, they're not red yet, but I'm not gonna pick them till they are. So that's our garden for this week. I'll see you next time.